too, but this was supposed to be our safe haven. We put it up like this because FEMA made us put it up this high, and we have issues where there's water that comes in all the time, and the day before, water had come, but it had receded, and we thought we'd be okay. And in fact, between say 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning, I checked out here. I kept coming out and going out on the porches and looking and everything looked okay. By 9:30, the water just rushed in. The vehicles were underwater. My truck, my Blazer, my daughter's Toyota was there. Her boyfriend's car was there, and they all went under. And everybody always comes and parks up here because this is the higher part from down there. And so we had 10 vehicles total that were all completely underwater, every one of them. But I had gone out the back door, and I had sent them a message to check on them. Are you okay? And everything, and nobody answered. So I went out the back door, and I knew as the water was rising, I was getting a little concerned about my duck. And she was in her cage. The water had already risen up almost to the very top of her cage, and I thought she's going to drown if I don't get her out of there. Mm-hmm. And so I went out, and I was up to my neck in water, and I couldn't let go of the railing of the back porch because the water was rushing so fast. In the meantime, the kids were coming across because the water was so high and everything. And I came in the back door, and I was soaking wet, and they came in the side door, and they were soaking wet. And Michael had a cat on his head, one on his back, and the dog. And he had my girl too, my daughter. And I'm so grateful to him because he saved them. He saved them, and then he went back and he let the duck out. He got out there and he got the door open and let the duck out. And it was that I heard quacking. I was inside the house, but as we all got in here and I felt safe, water started coming up, and I was throwing towels down everywhere, and I thought it was just us tracking the water, but it was coming up through the floor. It was coming in the doors. It was coming in my house. Actually, it only got, so they say, between 7.5 and 8 inches up on the walls and stuff. But thank goodness, by the time like I said, we've got pictures of them standing here, and we were yelling for help and I was trying to get the animals in their crates and everything, and the water kept pouring into the crates. I'd set it on the floor, and the crates were filling up with water, and it was just, oh man, it was miserable.
How high is your foundation again?
6 foot.
6 feet.
And there's a place over but the front of the house is kind of built up. So 72 inches on the front, the back is lower. The dirt is not as high up there, back there. And so it came up, higher there. But everything underneath my house is all ripped out. All the insulation is all ripped out. Air conditioner ducts, everything's hanging down all around. But thank goodness when they turn the power back on and the water back on, those things are still functioning. So I've been trying to, as much as I can, do as much as I can for her, because she's lost everything. And our neighbors, the water was over the top of our next door neighbors. And she said, I've had it. I'm gone. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And her husband are in their 80s, and they've left. They are now at one of their kids' houses. You saw, I don't know if you went down to the end of the street, the people that were in that brown trailer, the guy had cut a tendon in his arm trying to get his kids out of his kids and his wife and his dogs out of the trailer and up on top of the trailer so they could get help to him. 911 we called. This was like 10 o'clock in the morning. They didn't get here till like 11 that night because they couldn't get through. The trees were down everywhere. And I was shocked. I mean, that you can see our fences all ripped out of the ground. We were the lucky ones. We were lucky. That young man that was on his trailer, a neighbor, brought a motorboat down, and he went down and got him. And the poor guy, by the time he got up there, he was in shock. They had to rush him to the hospital, and he's still waiting for some surgery and stuff, but he saved his kids. I mean, everybody, this community has pulled together so great. People have brought us hot meals. They've brought us water. They've done everything, and this is so wonderful for her. It's so wonderful for her because she's, like I said, you know, I mean, she works hard and she goes to school, and I thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's just, you know, we're just waiting. We're hanging in there. I have flood insurance, but it's going to take a while to get everything put together. That cage has her cats in it, and her dog is in my bathroom, and
Animals all over.
I've only stayed because of the animals. I mean, we had a cat that had kittens in the insulation underneath my house, and we've already had to take the air conditioner man who came here. He took 2 of the kittens, 2-week-old,
Wow.
tiny little thing, and you know they were born during the storm. And she took 2 to Esther's, I think it's called Esther's neonatal or something like that. She took 2 over there, and they took them in. I have 5 that are in there that I got to find somebody to do spay and neuter. They're still young, but I've been trying to. You see the cats running around all over the place here.
Tell me about how the duck doesn't want to eat the grass anymore.
Oh, I took her down right there. And I have a little cage. It's not a cage, it's just a little
pen.
Fence thing. And I thought, you know, it'd be good for her to be able to get down in the grass, because that's what she does. She always goes in the yard and forges in the yard and looks for bugs and whatever. I took her down and I put her on the ground. She would not touch it. There was dandelion there, and she loves dandelion. She wouldn't touch it. None of it. So to me, I know this is contaminated. I don't know what it's contaminated. I know we could smell gasoline when we were up here. And of course, that could have been my grass cutter that was turned upside down over there, was dumping gas and everything too. But I know she knows, you know, because she's smart. Those animals don't. So she's, yeah. I'm just, I feel bad. So now she's a deck duck.
She's a deck duck.
Because she doesn't want to go down in the yard. She doesn't want to go and eat the grass or anything. I've had a neighbor came down, cut the grass yesterday, and I don't know when it's going to change. Is it going to change? We haven't had any rain. You know,
What's the water damage like inside? Are you experiencing any mold? Is it...
Oh. I'm working on pulling up carpet right now. I've gotten the carpet out of my living room, and I've gotten the carpet out of my bedroom. The kids helped me get the carpet out of my bedroom because it was really bad in there. I'm working on. My husband died in March of 22, and I'm working on his bedroom right now. He had stage 4 kidney disease and heart disease and everything. So I'm actually grateful that he did not have to go through this. But I'm working on his bedroom right now. And the guys that came yesterday, they're from, they told me that I shouldn't be in here. But I've been here since day one. And all I can do is keep trying to get the stuff out that is not good. And I've got some stuff coming that I think I can spray on some of it on the inside. Now underneath, I don't know what's going on under there. It's bad. I mean, the pictures that the air conditioner man showed me, I was going, oh my gosh. I mean, it's the air conditioner is precariously balanced on a stand on this side, pulled away from the house. It's, you know, several of my appliances are not, you know, thank goodness it didn't get high enough so that it ruined my washer and dryer. They're making noises, but I'm running them into the ground, trying to at least save her clothes, you know, and some of her bedding and stuff like that. I've been trying to save to keep her from having to, you know, spend money on that. But it's just been, it was demonic.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. The way it came in here, the sounds that you know, they say you hear a freight train. I heard roaring. It may not have been a freight train, but the roaring of the water that was, this is Burning Mountain, and it comes down. There's a ditch that runs, I call it a ditch, on the other side of her house. There's also a ditch that runs behind our house, and and this was Hooper's Creek here. So the two, and I don't know, you know, they said in the weather thing that if you're in a 500-year floodplain, you need to evacuate. Well, we're in a 100-year floodplain. And I went to the maps and I looked at it and I said, well, you know, we should be okay. And I think the 500 year is like farther up, which doesn't really make sense to me. But anyway,
how long did they give you the notice before the storm came?
We didn't get, we got no notice. Well, I shouldn't say that. We did have flash flood warnings and that sort of thing. But like I said, we have always had these issues.
Yeah. I have those.
And it's never come like this.
Yeah.
Never. You know, we have had situations where the water comes up, and it usually comes up like to the middle of the front of her yard, but never here. And like I said, that's why everybody always comes and parks their cars up here. This from the end of the street, they bring them up here because this is where, you know, the water doesn't come up that high. But it was terrible. I have never seen anything like it. I mean, you know, the kids are going, Mom, come on, you got to get, and I'm running around in there trying to get the animals in their cages, and if you ever try to catch cats, they're freaking out. Meantime, I open the door and the duck comes floating in. She's loving it because there's water everywhere, so she can just, you know, but it was not something I want to go through ever again. But I tell you, the community has been awesome. Like I said, we have, you know, we didn't have power or water. I'm not even sure how long. And cell service was horrible for much longer. And trying to file claims and trying to, you know, get in touch with people because I could get texts, but I couldn't text back. I kept getting political ads all over the place, but I could, you know, I mean, why is it that all that crap can come through?
Right.
But, you know, you can't get your
you
stuff out.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know if did Verizon go down? You know, we have, you know,
I think it was a universal thing because all the phones were down.
AT&T, in this area, our boxes are torn up. You know, they're still torn up. I don't know how they got internet back in here and everything, Wi-Fi. I'm not sure how they did it.